Welcome to Skill English. Today's session is about preposition. I'm sure this session will be helpful for all of you, especially those who are appearing for competitive examination, any type of competitive examination. This session will be a takeaway for you. Preposition is a very component part of any competitive examination. So be serious watching this session. This will be helpful. So firstly, this session will be helpful for those who are appearing for competitive examination, those who want to improve their grammar. Preposition is a part of speech. So this will be also helpful for those who want to improve their grammatical power. And also not forgetting those who want to speak good English, those who want to speak correct English. This session, preposition will help you to convey or to communicate properly. I'm sure those who are here for the first time will be enjoying this session. So please don't forget to subscribe to Skill English. Give your comments, useful comments, your likes, and share it with your friends, those who are eager to improve their English language power. So, and I hope this session, at the end of this session, it will be clear that how preposition play a role in English language. So let's start and see what are these sentences and what preposition can we use to make the sentence meaningfully complete. So let's start, friend, and I hope you will enjoy this session. Come on, friends. The first one, the examination is dash hand. The examination is dash hand. What does this sentence mean? This sentence means that exam is very close. So, what preposition can we use here? The examination is at hand. This is the correct preposition. The examination is at hand. That means exam is very near, within 2 or 3 days or within a week. Next, I didn't expect such a treatment dash your hands. I didn't expect such a treatment dash your hands. What does this sentence mean actually? What does this sentence mean? This means I was treated so badly by someone that I didn't expect that such a treatment I will get. So the correct preposition will be I didn't expect such a treatment at your hands. I hope it is clear. Next, open your book dash page 10. That means the teacher is instructing the students to open his book at a certain page number. So certain page number fixed at page 10. Open your book at page 10, not on page 10 or in page 10. Remember, these are mistakes which are committed very commonly. So please don't make this mistake. The correct preposition is open your book at page 10. Next, the two countries are dash war. The two countries are dash war. The two countries are at war. See, now Russia and Ukraine are at war. So I can say Russia and Ukraine are at war. The sentence is two countries are at war, not in war. Remember. Next, let me die dash peace. I think this sentence is very, very common. Let me die in peace. So let me die in peace is the correct one. Next, I can see her dash a distance. I can see her at a distance, not in a distance. This is a certain type of fixed expression which we have to use. Not on a distance or in a distance. I can see her at a distance. Remember, Okay, also one thing you have to keep in mind, there are certain sentences which can take more than one preposition. That's also very important, we have to keep in mind. But different preposition will convey a different meaning. That is also we have to keep in mind. Next, I was alarmed dash the crash. There was a crash, there was a big sound, so it awakened me. It gave me an information of a danger. So I was alarmed at the crash. Next, I was astonished. Dash your zeal. Zeal means enthusiasm. So remember, after astonished, surprise, all these things you have to use at. I was astonished at your zeal. That means at your enthusiasm. Next, I was disgusted dash his manners. What preposition will be using here? Remember, I said a few minutes before, you can be surprised, you can be astonished, you can be surprised at someone's behavior. So here, I was disgusted at his manners. Here, next, the two brothers are dash arms against each other. That means the two brothers are not on speaking terms. They are at war also, we can say. They are quarreling with each other. Their relationship is not good. So the two brothers are at arms. That means they are not in a very good relationship. Between them, they don't have very good relationship. Next, don't do anything dash haste. What does it mean? Haste means in hurry up, quickly. So don't do anything in haste. It may land you in trouble or you may commit a mistake. So don't do anything in haste. Remember. Next, I am dash the dark about the event. So I am in the dark. I am in the dark. I don't know. I am in the dark means I am ignorant. I don't have knowledge about it, about the event. So I will say I am in the dark about the event. Next, I have doubt dash it. I have doubt about it. A-B-O-U-T. I have doubt about it. That means I am not sure about what is it. Okay. Next, it is dash 5 o'clock. So here comes the point. A few minutes ago I said there are multiple prepositions which can be used. So I can say it is around 5 o'clock. That will also work. It is around 5 o'clock, or I can say it is at 5 o'clock. The event will be at 5 o'clock. So before time you can use at also, you can use around also, you can use about also, but the sentences will mean a little bit different. When I say it is at 5 o'clock, that means I am sure it is at 5 o'clock. When I say it is around 5 o'clock, that means it is near about 5 o'clock. So the meaning of the sentences will vary a little bit according to the preposition which you will be using. So remember, in some sentences there can be more than one preposition which can fit it into the sentence, and that sentence will be grammatically perfect. Okay. Next, I am about to go. I am about to go. Something which is going to happen in the very near future. Okay, within a few minutes, within a few seconds, you can use this preposition. I am about to go. I am about to go. So this type of sentences is very common in our competitive exam also, where you will be a little bit confused about certain preposition about using it. But remember, I can use it like that I am about to go. That means it is I am ready to go. That means okay. There were dash 3,000 people. So here also I can use more than one preposition. I think I can use there were around 3,000 people. There were around 3,000 people, or I can use there were over 3,000 people. Remember, I am writing it again here, around. So there were around 3,000 people, or I can say there were over 3,000 people. when I say around, that means I expect, or my estimate is that the number of people there are nearly 3,000. When I say over 3,000, that means the message is more, that is, I think the number of people there are more than 3,000. So two preposition can work there, but the sentence's meaning will be changing. There is a bridge dash the river. There is a bridge dash the river. From one side to another side, okay? From one side to another side, we use across. There is a bridge across the river. There is a bridge across the river. Okay. Next, you should not act dash the rules. What this sentence means? This sentence means there is a certain set of rules which are there, and you should not go against the rule. You should follow the rules. So here the correct preposition will be you should not act against the rule. A-G-A-I-N-S-T. Against the rule. Remember. Next, cycling dash the wind is difficult. So the sentence is here difficult. That means it is conveying a negative thing, negative meaning. So cycling against the wind, it's very difficult. So here the correct preposition will be against. Next, he is leaning dash the wall. Remember, most of us make a common mistake by putting on. He's leaning on the wall. No, it's not on the wall or in the wall. He is leaning against the wall. Remember. Don't write he's leaning on the wall, not in the wall. He's leaning against the wall. He is facing against the wall. He's putting his force against the wall. Remember. Next, he is walking dash the road. So I can say here he is walking on the road. It's very common. We all know it. We can say he's walking along the road also can work sometime. He's walking on the road or he's walking along the road. I think I have covered half of what I am going to say to teach you today. And I hope you have found this number of sentences which I have completed is 21. And I hope you have enjoyed watching it. If you have any doubt, if you have any comments regarding this, please put it in the comment section below. Okay, don't forget it. If you have any type of queries, any type of question, please put your question. Remember to watch this session over and again. Just watching once will not help you to improve your grammatical power. And this grammatical power will help you in different aspects which I have said before also. Okay, let's move on to the next part. Okay, number 22. See here also, I will see you dash 4 p.m. I think it's very easy to put I will see you at 4 p.m. It's perfectly right. But I can also use that around 4 p.m. Like this word also I can use around. I will see you around 4 p.m. or I will see you at 4 p.m. That's also right. Next, the case was brought dash the magistrate. There is a magistrate who will oversee the case, who will study the case. So the case was brought before. This is very important to understand. The case was brought before the magistrate to see, to judge, to analyze this is the case, to study the case. Remember. So the correct preposition is the case was brought before the magistrate. Next, I take meal dash going to school. I take meal when? Before. I take meal before going to school. When I take this meal, I take the meal before going to school. Next, he is dash age for service. That means it is telling something about the requirements of age. You should be minimum of 18 years age or 21 years of age. But the person who is applied for this, he is underage. He is underage for service. He is not fit. He cannot qualify for the service. His result is dash expectation. His result is dash expectation. That means I didn't expect something and it happened. So his result is, I can say, below expectation. I didn't expect this. So his result is below expectation is the correct preposition. Next, there is a village dash the hill. Here also I can use two prepositions. I think I can use the word beyond, which means on the other side there, or I can say there is a village on the hill. Next, the letter was written dash her dash a pen. So the letter was written is very common. I think you have heard the letter was written by her with a pen, with something, and by someone. You have to keep in mind. With something, with a pencil, with a pen, and by someone. So the letter was written by her with a pen. Again the time factor. I shall come back dash 4 p.m. I can say I shall come back around 4 p.m. Or I can say definitely I can say I shall come back at 4 p.m. That also is correct. There is a lake dash the township. There is a lake dash the township. I can use here there is a lake by the township, that means near. There is a lake in the town. There is a lake beyond the township, that also will be correct. There is a lake in the township also can be correct. Any type, any preposition will be fit there. I caught him dash the neck. Someone was fleeing, you know, like I caught him somehow. So I caught him by the neck. How? I caught him by the neck. I caught hold of his collar there by the neck. So I caught him by the neck, not for the neck, in the neck, it will not work. Next, he has been suffering dash flu dash 3 days. He has been suffering from flu for 3 days. For is used for a period of time. 3 days. Perfectly. 3 days. It's given the period of time. So it is for 3 days and he has been suffering from what? From flu. So from and for. Next. Dash all his riches he is not happy. Dash all his riches he is not happy. That means in spite of all his riches he is not happy. So we can put here the word for also. For all his riches he is not happy. Or I can use a phrasal preposition. In spite of all his riches he is not happy. That also works. Next. The goat jumped dash the well. Where did the goat jump? From outside to another thing. From one surface to another. We use the word preposition into. The goat jumped into the well. Okay? Remember, from one thing to another, going inside. The goat jumped into the well. Or the cat is coming into the room from outside to inside. Next. We traveled dash night. We traveled by night. Remember? We traveled by night and slept during the daytime. Next. He was our teacher 2 years ago. He was our teacher 2 years ago, not before. Remember, this one you should be very careful. Don't use before here, use ago. Next. We must be ready dash their arrival. We must be ready when? Before their arrival. Before they come. So the correct preposition is before. We must be ready before their arrival. Okay? Next. He is junior dash me. Please remember, after junior, senior, prefer, always use to, not then. This is a common mistake the students make. He is junior to me. He is senior to me, not then. I prefer tea to coffee, not I prefer tea then coffee. Okay? Next. Oh, the next sentence. See. I prefer tea dash coffee. Don't use then. Always use to. I prefer tea to coffee. Remember. Okay? Next. You should abide dash the rules. That means you should follow. You should abide by the rules. Abide, after abide, always use by. Next. He was absorbed in studies. That means he was completely into studies. He was not concentrating on any other thing. He was full concentration was on study. He is absorbed in studies. He is absorbed in studies. So we are nearly ending our session today. A few sentences more. I hope you are enjoying this session, and this preposition session will be useful to you in all the walks of life. I'm sure. Please keep on watching, keep on watching, keep on watching, and I'm sure this will help. This session will be helpful to you. Don't skip. Fish abounds dash this pond. See, the next sentence also I say the river abounds dash fish. Same word, abounds, abounds. But remember, when we use a small thing in comparison to a big thing, so we use fish abounds in this pond. Fish is a small thing, pond is a big thing. But remember, the river abounds, river is a big thing, fish is a small thing, so we use with. So remember, fish abounds in this pond, but the river abounds with fish. Keep in mind this. Don't make this mistake again. He aimed his gun, dash the bird. He aimed his gun, dash the bird. After aim, always use at. He aimed his gun at the bird. Okay. Next. The patient has no appetite, dash food. The patient has no appetite for what? For food. So, you will use for. The patient has no appetite for food. Next. He is not ashamed. He is not ashamed of his conduct. After ashamed, use of. He is not ashamed of his conduct. See, next. I feel ashamed. I feel ashamed for you. Remember, not ashamed. Here you cannot use of. Though I have said most of the time you will use he is not ashamed of, but I feel ashamed for you. For you, I am embarrassed. I feel I am not comfortable through your behavior because in front of others I feel ashamed for you. He is blind, dash one eye. Next sentences. Next, he is blind, dash his own faults. So when we are physically telling about any organs of our body, we say he is blind of. Your body has one problem. I have one problem. I have eye problem. So is blind of one eye. But he is blind not of his own fault. He is blind too. He is blind too. He is blind to his own faults. So remember, he is blind of one eye, but he is blind to his own faults or to his son's faults. Last, do not boast, dash your wealth. You have a lot of wealth, but please don't boast about it. So do not boast about your health, about your wealth. Or I can say, do not boast of. Do not boast of. Most of the time we will see after boast, the preposition of is there. So you can use don't boast, do not boast of your wealth. That also I can use. So please, I hope you will not watch this session just for once and say, okay, I am finished, I have gone through. It's not so easy. Still now, I spend a lot of time studying preposition. It's a very, very difficult part if we don't understand. But if you go on studying it regularly, if you follow the preposition part, I think it will be very useful. At the end of the session, I again want to say, preposition, having a good grip of preposition will be helpful for those who are appearing for all competitive exams, those who want to make their grammar power strong, and those who want to speak good English, correct English. Grammar plays a very important part and preposition plays a very important part. So I hope you have enjoyed this session today. I have chosen 50 of my own sentences which I enjoy writing and sharing it with you. I hope you have benefited from this session. Before leaving, I would again say to all of you, those who are watching, I am very grateful for you spending time on Scale English and helping my channel grow. Those who are for the first time, sure, don't forget to subscribe the channel, put your likes, put your comments and share it with others. And those who are my old subscribers, I am ever grateful to you for watching Scale English. Until next time, for a new session, stay healthy, go on improving your English, studying English. Next time, see you soon. Thank you for Scale English.